Coming to you live, on location, in Virginia, or some undisclosed remote location. The one, the only.
Just kidding. We don't need a long intro. This is pre-recorded. Enjoy the chat. I'm not watching it, most likely. When this is released, I'll probably be doing other things. I'm realizing time is precious and I don't have a lot of it because I'm a busy kind of fella. Today we're going to review, dunk on, whatever you want to call it, a TikTok character called Shiloh Mom. Let me see if I can pull up a prepared video. You saw me post something the other day. Actually, before I get going on Shiloh Mom, quick announcement. I'm going to try and leave this channel more for dunking on commentary, etc., on other YouTube characters, people in current events, public images, and in this case, TikTok characters. Over on Finkel, I'm going to try and lean it more towards the camera activity. And the Finkel and Friends, which I'm using that studio right now, not sure. I might make that strictly politics. I don't know. I got to talk to the other studio owners about that. It's the same studio owners own the studio for Chat and Play. And I don't want to, right now, Finkel and Friends, not much activity. It seems to be the same idea as Chat and Play. So what? It's kind of redundant. It's kind of pointless. Anyway, Shiloh Mom. You saw me cover her. Bitch, I didn't say talk. I did not say to talk. Okay. All right. This chick posted on her a couple days ago. I can't remember which day. Days are all kind of crammed together because I am busy.
This is a message for the dummies and the dummies only. Do you feel better about yourself? Do you feel good about yourself? Did you wake up this morning with a pep in your step? Did booing the President of the United States?
Yeah, she clearly is identifying as a Trump supporter, and she has in several other of her videos. And this idea I'm showing here, I put a bunch of clips together, and I have a breaker in there to remind me, okay, stop playing the other person's content and talk. I got this idea from Buckster. He took a lot of flack from it because his cartoon image looked like something from The Simpsons with a cartoon image of a sign saying free beer. People were afraid that would make me drink. Whether I drink or not is really completely on my own. But I thought this one is more likely to trigger people to drink. So this is our page breaker, our pause face. Oh my God, that's an ugly pause face. But we're not here to dunk on this gentleman today. We're here to dunk on, critique, review the Shiloh Mom person from TikTok.
VHS letter that I got a few days ago on Friday, but I hadn't opened it yet. I am screwed. They are taking my food stamps, they are taking my cash assistance, they are taking my disability.
And pause face again. There you have it. She's admitting that they're taking stuff away. Does she also admit why they're taking stuff away? How seriously can we take this person?
I didn't know that buying 3 24-packs of a Walmart brand pop and then dumping them out in the parking lot to get the deposit for diapers.
Yeah, there she's admitting that she did this. The first video we saw of being accused, it was 100 cans of soda. Here it's 3, what'd you say, 3 12-packs? So not exactly 100, but we thought it was a nickel deposit. Turns out it was a 10-cent deposit. We found out it's in Michigan, not in New York or Vermont, wherever they have the nickel returns. It's kind of hard to take this person seriously. I get it. if you're unlimited on funds and you have plenty of food, but you don't have diapers, I understand the idea of trying to figure out how to make it work so you can get diapers. Yeah, I do recall from when I was on food stamps as an E3 in the military. You can't buy diapers with food stamps, but there is WIC. There are other uh, institutes and organizations to help people out with that. But she seems pretty pissed off that somebody had the audacity to put a camera in her face in public and say, why are you dumping all that soda out? She seems entitled, right? Kind of like the guy I'm using for a page break. Oh, this guy right here. All right, let's continue.
It is Easter Sunday. I have almost 200,000 followers, and I can't get one damn person to send me $2. I literally asked each one of my followers to send me 50 cents.
Wow, can we take that seriously? Uh, Recently, someone sent me a sound bit of the pause face you see right now, claiming that I'm some kind of grifter. Me and my little I can't remember exactly how he said it. Uh, there was no context behind it, but never, ever, ever, never, ever, ever, never, ever will I, through YouTube, ask anybody for a penny. In fact, I will not allow you to send me money. Uh, and I get it. There are people out there with actual causes. Hot Mess Summer. She's actually helping people on the streets of Louisville. Sarah the Raging Tomato. She's actually doing this to raise money to give her children a better quality of life. No, not get out of food stamps. Sarah actually has a full-time job. She has additional challenges. So there are very good reasons. Chris Ryder, he gets into some legal skirmishes with some people who think they're above the law, and he has to pay for lawyers and stuff like that. So I get it, but I'm not out there every Wednesday night feeding people. I'm not trying to raise children above and beyond a full-time job who have additional issues, and I don't have lawyers. If I ever need lawyers again, I'm not going to ask you for help. I'll do it myself. I'll ask my family for help. I don't know. Maybe that'll change if that day comes. But please, don't ever try to figure out any way to send me money. There are people who deserve it. Shiloh Mom, by her own admissions on TikTok, I almost said YouTube, does not work. In fact, that was the Easter Sunday bit. Let's hear more about her gripe on Easter Sunday.
I can't even get a damn penny. I lost my food stamps. And it's not going to be forever, okay? My food stamps, my cash benefits, my Section 8, my disability, everything is on hold right now.
All right, something I'm noticing here. Took my $14,000 in food stamps. Okay, there's something fishy about there. There are no monthly food stamps allocations of $14,000. Is that a year's worth? I don't know. It is your financial responsibility to feed me and my children. Some things, actually, this reminds me of my ex-wife after our divorce. When I needed more money, I got a second job. I did things on the side. When she needed more money, and not just from me, and she started out with custody of all my children. Over time, as they stated that they would rather live with me, I got custody of them. But even after my last child was either grown and out of her house or in my custody, when she needed more money, it was so she kind of triggered some memories, not PTSD triggered, but she triggered some memories of my ex-wife. It's your job, society's job, her parents, her ex-husband, her boyfriend, even now that the kids are adults and have jobs It's their job to give her money when she doesn't have enough. I am digressing a little bit. I recall one time when I was giving her child support pay raises well beyond the court orders, well beyond what she deserved. In between child support payments, she'd say, give me, and I give her money. And one day I was just a little bit frustrated because I was just dumping money, for the kids' sake. And I said, her boyfriend's Tom. We'll say her boyfriend's name is Tom, and they've lived together for many years now. Um, it might be more comfortable on you and Tom if instead of coming to me for $200 or $300 or $500 every so often, it might be better if you just got a part-time job. Even a part-time job at minimum wage would give you that little bit of difference that you keep coming to me, to your mom, to my mom, to your neighbors for help. You can avoid that just by 20 hours a week, 20 hours a week at McDonald's or Walmart or wherever during the school day. So you don't have to get, child care expenses added into that. And since you and Tom aren't married, it'll be separate incomes. You won't even get taxed on it because the minimum wage, 20 hours a week, it's not enough to get taxed on. Just do a 20-hour a week job and leave me the fuck alone. She says Thomas says I don't have to work. Shiloh mom. Yeah. X, very similar. And there's another similarity I see as we go on.
Right now, because somebody decided to report me to the state of Michigan.
And she re-verifies again that she was doing a no-no. She got caught and reported. And I went ahead of the pause face. Isn't that an ugly pause face? A few nights ago, got text that that guy rage quit the internet. And it turns out he just rage quit that particular live stream that they were watching at that time. This is a guy who thinks, again, that we, the taxpayers, owe him a living. His wife owes him a living. He sits around on his fat ass playing video games and or YouTube most of his day. And it's our job to support him. It's his wife's job to support him. I don't know if his father-in-law is still with us or not, but apparently several years ago, his father-in-law actually shamed him into going back into the military. Wait a minute. I'm not here to dunk on him. We're talking about Shiloh Mom. I'm sorry. I digress. Let's continue.
I literally have not ate in almost 6 days.
Tragically, I've seen people go 6 days without eating or more, even a little bit less. They don't look like what you look like. I'm not body shaming anybody. I'm just saying that level of malnutrition does not match up with your appearance.
Almost 6 days. It is your responsibility as a taxpayer to figure it out. I need all of you to get together as a team, as my followers, as my community, and make sure your girl is fed.
Wow, that sounds just like my ex-wife after the divorce. She was a different person during the marriage. Something happened to her. Something about her changed. But yeah, it's your job to make sure she gets fed. Now remember, this is the same one in the first clip. She's defending Trump. In several videos, she claims that she voted for Trump, and now she's mad at Trump. And my first response was, you're getting the day you voted for. Actually, I stole that from the guy who I first saw her on a YouTube character. I first saw review her. Okay, what's next there, Finkel?
Period. It is your responsibility to support me and my children. And that's not happening right now.
Yeah, I think I already
To
commented on that.
everyone making content on me, on my name, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, literally all of your content is about me. And when you don't post about me, you don't get the views. So you just keep posting about me.
Wow. I used the perfect pause face for a response to that comment. Um, mixed mixed commentary about. Okay. Um, I don't know about all the other content creators out there who have covered her, and there have been quite a few. She's getting a lot of reactions, and she's pretending like it's not bothering her. Uh, this guy next to me, when he rage quit the other night, uh, allegedly in Minecraft, what people are telling me is he was a bit pissed off because people were ribbing him about either covering Chris Ryder or not covering Chris Ryder. Uh, like, while he wants you to thank him for his service when he actually enlisted to be served, not to serve. Um, there's a similarity in personalities there, and well, okay. She reminds me of something Fraud Wrangler said early on when I first heard of Fraud Wrangler, and I put something in his chat. He says, "Finkel, you're not going to get clicks and views off of my back." This idea, this narcissistic idea that what gives us clicks and views is our content being you you or her or Fraud Wrangler or what have you. Um, the truth is, with the guy next to me, the pause face, his clicks and views do come from when he rags on people or covers people. I believe the other night when he rage quit, he was covering Andrew Wilson, a guy whose dick he sucks all the time, metaphorically, uh, but was very critical of him at the same time. Kind of a split personality thing. Um, but she's taking credit for allegedly my clicks and views. To date, as of the time I'm recording this, one of the lowest view counts I've got was covering her. I'm sorry. Some of the lowest view counts I get are covering this jackwagon I got as a pause face. Some of the lowest view counts I've got are covering Fraud at Wrangler. In fact, my original audience of over 7,000 actually were very disappointed that I kept covering other YouTubers. They want the camera stuff. And that's why I want to split up the channels to do different stuff. But it's very narcissistic to think, yeah, I taught Nikki how to do interviews, or I got your channel started, or yeah, if you can get clicks and views off of my channel, either I get credit for that or yay for you. Let's see what else she has to say about that.
I have one thing to say to you. Good for you. Good for you. Get that back. Get that back. All it does is it brings more traffic to my page.
Uh, yeah. And the guy with the pause face next to me should listen to that advice. When people trash you, you've even said it yourself. It helps your algorithm. It helps your view counts. Getting negative attention, yeah. Except she asks for negative attention and she keeps going. He asks for negative attention and he gets all pissed off that he's getting negative attention. Oh, they're all picking on me. If General Specific watches this, I want you to know Shiloh Mom has bigger balls than you. However, she's on the same level of stupidity. We'll get to that.
There are thousands of people sending me links every single day to these creators doing stitches of me, YouTube videos, Facebook videos that are going viral. Like, so what? I don't care. That's exactly what I want. Negative attention is attention. It's better than no attention.
Negative attention is better than no attention. I would prefer I got no attention than negative attention, but she's right not letting the negative attention bother her. Something that this guy over here needs to learn. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but F3 Hill Pirate Studios, G2, Finkel, Muckster, and the rest of the YouTube world making fun of you will never hurt you unless you choose it to hurt you. Yeah, she's got more of a backbone, more spine, more balls than this guy. Let's see what else this bitch has to say. This MAGA bitch.
This message is for Stephanie Jenkins. So if you are not Stephanie Jenkins, you can scroll along, okay?
Now that one caught my attention because we have a Stephanie Jenkins in our chats. I don't know, Stephanie, are you here today? I don't know. I pre-recorded this, so I don't know. Now, let's take a John Smith, Joe Blow. I don't know how common the name Stephanie and the last name Jenkins and even the combination Stephanie Jenkins are, but it kind of surprised me. Someone in the TikTok world has a name the same as someone in the YouTube world. I'm a geezer. I don't have a lot of social medias. Stephanie, is she talking to you? I don't know.
King Danny Drew, okay, is with me now, Stephanie. Okay.
King Daddy Drew. Does anyone know that name from YouTube? Or if you cross over from TikTok? I don't know.
Okay. We are expecting, as you can see, this is his child inside here, okay? You need to move along.
She doesn't seem to have much shame. Kind of like the guy I'm using as a pause face. Let's continue.
I'm the kids, your kids, new mommy, okay? They're going to be calling me mommy.
Is your real name Anya Meadows? Shiloh, Mom, are you Anya Meadows? The wife or girlfriend, whatever it is, that fucktard Bill Meadows? The Meadows? What the fuck is that kind of talk? I'm their new mommy. Anya. Bill. Okay. What's this chick doing? Is she playing with us? Really? There's something she's about to say that kind of convinces. Remember, she lost her Section 8 funding. Remember, yeah, Section 8. From watching MASH, I used to think Section 8 was a type of discharge you can get during the Korean conflict. Klinger, he was always trying to get Section 8 for wearing dresses. Section 8 is financial support for housing for people with low incomes.
Not you. I have a 7-bedroom, 3-bath house, okay? They deserve a house. Yeah, that's right. 7 bedrooms. Each of them can have their own bedroom. I have a indoor pool.
Does that sound like Section 8 housing to you? Either really she is frauding the government more than just pouring out soda and getting the food stamp purchase soda cans, the dime deposit. But if she's getting Section 8 financial help for housing for a 7-bedroom, 3-bathroom indoor pool house, something's just not mathing right. And here she is, Shiloh, Mama Shiloh. Now look at that profile picture. Does that look like the same person? But look at her profile description. Let's blow that up. For entertainment purposes only, satire, rage bait, most hated. Oh, Oh, but that face does not look like the face we're seeing. Yeah, that face there and this face here. Does that look like the same face to you? Not so much to me. She does this quite regularly, and TikTok gets a lot more views. She seems to have no shame. She has no fear of showing her children. She's there to get rage and responses, and she puts her children up there on the format, and she shows her house. Recently, I heard Generally Specific say he's endangering his family. Uh, well, yeah, because wait, yes, this is why Generally Specific thinks that people are nefarious if they know your personal information.
And it was state by state.
Wrong one. I screwed that one up. Here, this one. Okay.
Sure, it would be a shame if
Go
Go
get tucked in. We don't.
sure it'd be a shame if anyone found out where the fuck you little terrorists fucking work. Find out and they let them know that they got a bunch of fucking communist piece of shit traders working for them.
What he's admitting to is that he would engage employers if he knew who the employers were. And then he cries that he's taking chances because he does shit at a less professional version of what this dimwit is doing. And let me see, she shows her house. By the way, the only reason anyone knows where Generally Specific lives, and I haven't paid attention, I don't know the address, but he says things like, meet me by the front gate of Fort Knox, or he shows videos of his neighborhood and his house. It's not that hard for people to figure it out. And this chick, she's showing her house, she's showing her kids, she's intentionally trying to piss people off for clickbait. Like, there's her kid, one of her kids. And yeah, it wouldn't take a lot of sleuthing to figure out, look at that messy house. Okay. God. Or maybe she trashed it just for the purpose of doing that. Showing her kids again. Now I get it. You show your kids' baseball game on Facebook or something, but when you're out there with the intentional purpose of pissing people off, and that's not her face. That's a different face, but there's some child there. Compare those faces. I get it. People change over time. In fact, my ex-wife changed over time. The woman I married when I was 19 years old, people ask me today, how'd you end up with someone like that? She changed. So I don't know. Maybe it's the same person and she's changed. I don't know. But her purpose on the internet is to piss people off. And here she is showing her kids. Not a very bright woman. Somewhere on the same IQ level as Generally Specific. Very, and I get it. You found a niche to piss people off and get clicks and views. Everyone who creates content likes clicks and views. This woman is, well, I offended some people. I called her a welfare queen. It turns out it's all an act. She's playing a game. She is intentionally trying to enrage people for clicks and views. What's wrong with that? My real objection to that is including the kids in it. I do know a guy on YouTube. Actually, as I watch his YouTube, I realize he's starting on TikTok and moving it over to YouTube. His name is Brent Troon. Brent Troon is a professional comedian, and he does things also to get people's goat. He puts on an act. He acts like he's MAGA, but he's clearly, obviously not MAGA. He's like Larry the Cable Guy. He's pretending to be something that he's not for comedy purposes, and it's very clear that it is for comedy. The first time I saw him, I was like, "What the hell is he? Is MAGA that really stupid?" I realized he's playing a part.
So I put off posting this video because I was just hoping and praying it wasn't true, but last week I asked Lauren Boebert on a date to see Beetlejuice 2, and she I don't even want to say it. She stood me up.
Now, the comedy there is, if you're paying attention to current events as they unroll, Lauren Boebert is a MAGA queen, far right wing idiot congresswoman who didn't know that the guy she dated was a liberal. The truth is, women, when they don't realize the politics, are more attracted to liberals. She's so attracted to him that on like a first or second date in a public place, she's willing to get it on with her hands with him. She's stroking him off. She's letting him fondle her. The travesty is it's in front of kids. It's in public. But the truth is, once again, the natural behavior and appearance of a liberal man is much more attractive, even to a far right wing conservative women. That's why Generally Specific's so nervous about his wife and me making the kind of jokes I do, because it is scary for a red pill manosphere alpha male because the truth is they are intimidated. What else has he got to say about Lauren Boebert?
I thought it was a miscommunication. Maybe when I said Friday, she thought I said Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, but that's just not the case. It's a hit to my ego, but I got stood up. Hell, I'm getting stood up just thinking about it right now. I don't know what happened. I chose the theater by her house, and it was one that served dinner. I thought that'd be romantic, and I got there early to make sure everything was just right in the way.
Very clearly, obviously, an act. Sometimes you're like, well, wait a minute. Is this a real MAGA guy? No.
Later, he kept coming over. Sir, do you want to put your order in? Do you want to put your order in? And I thought that was her. It's the Amazon guy, but I was like, no, she's stuck in traffic. She's just running a little bit behind. You see, I thought that was her. It was the Amazon guy, and the waiter kept coming back to the table, and every time.
Yeah, he's purely comedy. He's clearly comedy. He's not. I mean, that was the closest you might see to where he lives. You can't see a street name. You can't see what the house looks like. You can't even zoom in on the Amazon package, see what the address is. Unlike the clown I'm using as a pause face, he puts all that shit out there, and then he complains that it's out there. If you put it out there, come on. Brent doesn't. Shiloh mom does. Generally Specific does.
So I just seen the opening ceremony.
This is the one on the Olympics. This is the first one I saw, and for a moment he had me. I'm like, oh my god, this guy's a real MAGA guy. But if you just watch for a little bit, you realize, oh, it's a comedy act.
Ceremony, the Olympics, and it's pissing me off. It's just like the French to piss me off. After all these years, I'm still calling them freedom fries. That's how much they piss.
Do you remember the freedom fries thing? When France had more troops in Afghanistan than any other foreign nation helping us, they wouldn't get involved in Iraq because it just wasn't timely, and people got all pissed off. The same people are MAGAs now were teabaggers before, and before that they were Bush. It's the same people recycling their names. They wanted to call French fries freedom fries, and they boycotted French bread and French dressing. That's what's evolved in today's MAGAs.
Me off. Every morning I walk into Burger King, I say, let me get a bacon, egg, and cheese croissant and some freedom fries. Because you can't tell by my words and actions, but I'm a Christian. And not only am I a Christian, I'm an American Christian, which means I'll whoop your ass in the name of Jesus.
Obviously, although maybe not so obviously.
And as an American Christian, I see everything as a personal attack on me and my faith.
And that's kind of true about a lot of these right-wing Christians. Not all Christians are right-wing, but yeah.
As I do with all major televised events, I turned it on and I had my Bible right next to me. Of course, it was the Trump Bible. And
the Trump Bible, by the way, is made in China, and it's co-signed by Lee Greenwood, the man who alleges to be proud to be an American and he'd gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. When that came out in the early 80s, late 70s, up to and including now, Lee Greenwood has never stood up next to any of us to defend America. But let's continue.
Whether it's the Grammys or the Super Bowl halftime show or this time the Olympics, I was just ready to get offended because I know they're about to. They made fun of the Last Supper. Surely not a homosexual.
Now, this guy, although he can be convincing in his reenactment of a MAGA, he puts stuff up to make it clear to you that he's not. And he's actually debunking himself, the fake MAGA. Most scholars believe that Da Vinci was a homosexual due to his. He put this up right after saying that Leo was straight and all that.
And it took him a long time to create this work of art. He said, all right, fellas, Americans will love it. And he was right. I do love it. And they made a mockery of it at the Olympics.
Now, while he's talking about the Olympics making a mockery of the Last Supper, he shows several examples of how the people who are crying about it did the same thing.
It's just disrespectful to take something sacred and mock it like they did. It's idolatry. It's strictly forbidden.
McDonald's? I don't remember McDonald's doing it.
By the book that I hide behind. And then they had the nerve to show a decapitated lady on the screen while my kids were.
He's pretending to be someone like the guy in the pause face, but he's making it very clear that it's an act. It's a comedy show. It's not like saying Finkel is a grifter, Finkelstinkle the grifter. It's not like calling me a pedophile. Actually, I understand why Generally Specific called me a pedophile in direct response to a joke I made about his wife. If I make a sexual joke about his wife, clearly he thinks I'm a pedophile because when he met his wife, she was a minor child. When he started dating her, she was a minor child. So yeah, I guess that makes sense that he would think I'm a pedophile. But yeah, sometimes he says parody, sometimes he says allegedly in Minecraft. But yeah, 2 times I'm thinking of none of that disqualifier, just rage and response.
Watching, sitting right next to the Bible. The Bible would never have anybody decapitated. I did a little research. It turns out the lady they showed was Marie Antoinette, and she was a politician back in the day, and they cut her head off because she ate all the cake. And I think, yeah.
Now, clearly, compared to Shiloh Mom, his purpose is to make people laugh. Her purpose, as stated in her profile, is to piss people off. She wants to piss people off, and in doing so, she's showing her house, her kids, etc.
Eating all the cake, that's a jailable offense, I'll give you that, but you shouldn't be cutting people's heads off for it. That's violence. It's disrespectful. That's how they treat their politicians.
Now he's showing examples of American political violence.
In France, they threaten them with violence. And
even against Trump himself. Let's back that up a little bit. Okay, that's Lincoln.
Respectful. That's how they treat their
That's Kennedy.
Politicians in
That was meant for Mike Pence. They failed, thank God.
France.
That was Trump. Somebody actually shot Trump in the ear, or maybe a fragment of the bullet hit Trump in the ear. I personally don't believe Trump was the target, but I mean, 5.56 at 120 yards, pretty hard to miss. He did hit someone. Someone did die, not Trump. Trump is a very large target. That's for 5.56 for AR style weapons. That is the easiest range to hit somebody at. I think the ear shot was a fluke. I think he actually hit the guy he was trying to off. But yeah, lots of American violence, both sides, mostly the right.
They threaten him with violence and disrespect. That's the difference between Americans and everybody else, because we respect our politicians. Plus, they had a golden calf. That's idolatry. They had a pale white horse. That's death. They had this guy. That's a Smurf. They were going to eat him. Everybody's crowded around the table. Somebody said, let me get a Smurf medium rare. And in the Olympics, they came out and they said, oh, that wasn't actually the Last Supper. That was actually the one of the Greek gods, Dionysus. And first off, gods plural, that don't sound right. And Dionysus, what? I never heard of her. She sounds like a disease, or maybe something they give you to cure a disease. Ask your doctor if Dionysus is right for you.
Actually, full disclosure, the Dionysus imagery of the long table, One Direction, that's where Leonardo da Vinci got his motivation for the Last Supper. I mean, come on, let's be honest. If you're in the upper room having a dinner with 12 of your closest friends, you're not going to be all lined up on one side of the table. I mean, come on. Anyway, that's my dunking or critiquing of Shiloh mom. Turns out she's probably not on food stamps or Section 8. She probably didn't dump soda out for the dime refund so that she could buy something else at Walmart. It's probably all nonsensical bullshit. But by her own admission, it is designed to piss you off. And what really pisses me off, besides that she's sometimes convincingly playing this game, she pisses me off because while she's playing the game, she's putting her kids out there. That's the real issue. Whether you're a MAGA welfare queen or whether you're a liberal welfare queen or whether you're milking the government for free handouts or not, the truth is that shit happens on both sides. The real problem I'm having is whatever her real politics are, whatever her real ideology is, she's out there, thousands and thousands of views for each little TikTok video, and people get mad at her, and she's putting her kids out there. That's some bullshit right there. And then, people who do similar stuff and complain, well, I'm putting my family at risk. Dude, you've never seen my house on YouTube, at least not posted by me. I'm not putting my family, my house at risk. If you want to track my face, okay. But again, my kids are grown. I'm rambling. Instead of a fancy 30-second countdown, I'm just going to end recording. By the way, I hope you haven't been expecting me to respond in chat. This is pre-recorded. Cheerio, and we'll see who can dunk on next time.